Good morning. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in to Hilchos Torah's daily review of Hilchos Pesach, the laws and customs of Passover, for Wednesday, March 23rd. We were speaking yesterday about the davening, about changes in the prayers. We talked about Tfilat Tal, the beautiful poetic tefillah that's recited by the Chazan on the first day, on Musaf, on the first day of Pesach, on Pesach, first day of Pesach. In Israel, the first of 2 days of Yom Tov in Chutz La'aretz. That is the time when we cease saying Mashiv Haruach U'Morid Hageshem in the first second bracha of the Amidah of the Shemona Esrei, which we've been saying all winter since Shmini Atzeret. So you leave that out. If you happen to daven Nusach Sfard, you start saying Morid Hatal at this point. But Nusach Ashkenaz, we don't add anything in. Furthermore, in the Amidah of, it would be Sunday night, the Motzei Chag, the beginning of Chol HaMoed Pesach, we not only include Ata Chonantanu, the Havdalah passage, which we always say at the conclusion of a Shabbat or a festival, in the Amidah, in the Shemona Esrei, we also remember to omit Mashiv HaRuach, as we now do, starting, as we said, on the first day, Yom Tov of Musaf, and we also change V'tein Tal Umatar Livracha in the bracha, in the Barech Aleinu prayer, and we change that to V'tein Bracha. That is another change that occurs from Chol HaMoed Pesach onward. So those have to be, you have to put a little post-it in your siddur for the first couple of weeks, so remember to get that straight. We will, hopefully, please God, Bli Neder, we'll post that in the shul. So if you daven in the shul every day with a minyan over Chol HaMoed and also after Yom Tov, all the way through the year, you'll at least hear it in the Amidah of the Chazan's repetition of the Amidah, so you'll remember in that way. Let's see, Havdalah. We will have made Havdalah with the conclusion of Shabbos at the second Seder. When we come to the laws of the Seder, we'll speak about how exactly to make Havdalah at the second Seder, because it's the conclusion of Shabbos, but it is taking us from Shabbos and Yom Tov into Yom Tov without Shabbat. So we have a very special and moving prayer that we say in the Kiddush, which concludes Baruch Atah Hashem Hamavdil Bein Kodesh LaKodesh. Blessed are you, God, who distinguishes between holy and holy. In other words, between, as it says earlier in the paragraph, between the holiness of Shabbos and the holiness of Yom Tov, two separate and distinct levels of Kedusha. At the conclusion of the first 2 days of Pesach, and at the end of the last 2 days of Pesach also, we will simply make Havdalah with a cup of wine. We'll say Borei Pri Hagafen and Havdalah without spices or candle at that point. Okay, what else we need to talk about? Wearing tefillin on Chol HaMoed. There used to be a more widespread custom, less popular nowadays, to wear tefillin on Chol HaMoed. Some people would put tefillin on in the morning and take them off before Hallel, some before Torah reading. No one, of course, would wear them for Musaf, just as we take off our tefillin on regular weekdays when it's Rosh Chodesh. Tefillin and Musaf do not go together. So people used to do that. Now you see it much less frequently, both in Nusach Sfard and Nusach Ashkenaz, the custom of our shul. And certainly the custom in Hilchos Torah is not to wear tefillin during Chol HaMoed. We also omit Mizmor LeTodah, as we said at the beginning, with the changes of prayers in the beginning of Nisan and for Erev Pesach, since Mizmor LeTodah, Psalm 100, was the accompaniment, the psalm accompaniment for the Karban Todah, for the Thanksgiving offering in the temple, and that had breads with it, because you would invite your friends to partake in a meal of Thanksgiving together with you. We don't have the breads. We don't have the bread. So we're not allowed to have bread. So we don't have the Karban Todah. So we don't have Mizmor LeTodah, all during Chol HaMoed or on Yom Tov. Okay, there are specific readings for each day of Pesach, which we'll come to again when you come to the minyan and Chol HaMoed. You'll see which they are. They're also found in the back of your siddur. And on each of the days of either Yom Tov or Chol HaMoed, the intermediate days of Pesach, whenever you eat a meal with matzah, say Hamotzi over the matzah, and at the end, say Birkat HaMazon. We include Ya'aleh V'Yavo, the prayer for a holiday. That's included in all of the Birkat Hamazon recitals throughout the holiday from beginning to end. Okay, that's it for today. Please join us again tomorrow, and we shall continue. Have a good day.